in this boxing shit, because in this boxing shit, what's going on right now is this, and I shouldn't even be saying this on air, but fuck it. A lot of these fighters, they getting paid less money. They giving these fighters less money to take all of these tough fights, bro. When I come on TV, they know they gotta pay me. They know they gotta pay, so I take a lot of the budget up. But a lot of these fighters, man, that's why a lot of these fights is going on pay-per-view. You see a lot of these fights going on pay-per-view because they guaranteeing somebody $1 million, and then they hoping that they pay-per-view buys do all the numbers. When right now ain't nobody buying that shit. That's why fighters is losing, and that's why they losing a lot of fighters to the zone. No. I can't even really say too much because I'm gonna be getting calls from Al Haymon and all of them in a minute. But I know what I'm talking about. I'm a businessman, and they know that. And when it comes to me fighting, they gotta come correct. They got to. I don't get the correlation. So a lot of people are losing, getting paid. I don't understand. Like, I'm slow. So what? What I'm saying is this: they get a good fighter. He good, but he never made this type of money before. Got it. They give him $1 million. Got it. And then hope his pay-per-view buys do a big number. Got it. Let's do like what, 8 million? Whatever, big numbers. But it don't happen. So they lose money. And they get paid less. When I can go somewhere to the guaranteed 5 to 10 million. So if they give them $1 million and they lose money, the next fight they get paid less? Hell no. They're supposed to, but a lot of these guys be getting dick like that. They trying to do my brother like that right now. I can't even.
All right, that was Adrien Broner spilling the beans and PBC going broke. We'll be right back. Let's talk about it. All right, that was part-time boxer Adrien Broner, full-time rapper Adrien Broner, talking about what's going on at PBC. He even said he know he gonna get a call about what's going on, and he pretty much confirmed what everybody already know, and that is that PBC is going broke and they throwing this on pay-per-view because they can't afford the fighters anymore. So I mean, it's like one of the worst kept secrets in boxing, right? Check out the box with playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Like he was on Instagram Live with Queen's Flip. Check out Queen's Flip YouTube channel and check them out on Instagram too. So the hip hop channel. I like Queen's Flip, hella funny. But right now it's boiling down to what everybody already know what it's boiling down to. It's boiling down to them not being able to have the money on to pay the fighters, and that's why everything going on pay-per-view now. Apparently that hedge fund is pretty much money dried up, and allegedly it's being said that investors want the money, and that's why Al Haymon not coming to the fights no more, because the investors are looking for their return. They're looking for their return on their investment, and allegedly it's got to the point where allegedly they borrowed $1.5 billion to start PBC up. All right. You think of $1.5 billion, they can do something great. And the rumor is, and allegedly, the rumor is that that Al Haymon took 0.5 off the top. That's the rumor. Okay. And you'd be like, well, that's how it go. Mikey Garcia at one point broke it down how the boxing business goes and how the television network for regular TV fights, they put the money up, and then let's say they give you $5 million for a fight card. Then they probably say $1 million to fighter A for the main event, $1 million to fighter B. That's two. That's 2.5. They might spill $1 million or $500,000 on a pay per view, and they take their money right off the top. So out that five, they probably take one off the top and spend the rest on the card. So when the network give you the money to for the fight, it also supposed to cover the undercard too. And that's why they spend minimum money on the undercard, because when they get that money, they take theirs off top, so they don't spend the whole five. So Al took his five off the top. Now who knows? But there's a rumor going around that Al is taking guys like Broner money allegedly, Floyd purses allegedly, and reinvested it in I don't know what. You know what I'm saying? You hear the lawsuit going around about them, and they saying that he is reinvesting people's money. I don't know if he reinvesting into PBC. You see my man say he said he invested into the ticket sales, and they kept they basically ran off with his money. He never got his return. He got 200,000. He put 1.3, 1.5 up according to the article about the lawsuit, and he didn't get a return. He got 200,000 return when uh he was promised $5 million in return for buying and reselling the tickets. I'm just pretty much paraphrasing because I don't have the article in front of me. But like I said before, Adrien Broner is exposing them. And that's the way that that's just what it is. He says, "Well, I'm a businessman, and he know how it's going. And they taking people money to reinvest. So now they can't afford, they can't afford the fights no more. And the money that the network is offering them, the fighters don't want it. You know what I'm saying? So the network might be like, Keith and Barrios, we give y'all 5 for the fight, or whatever. Let's say they say we need 5 for the fight. So we know off rip they gonna spend what? They gonna take one. Let's say they take one off the top. You got 4. So Keith gonna want to get paid. So Keith gonna want his guaranteed 3 that he can make on the back end. So that's 3 right there. Bar's gonna want at least 1. That's 1 right there. That's 1 to spend on the undercard. So that could be the case, but we don't know how much money that why they. But anytime we go on pay per view, I mean it exceeded the budget that Fox had out for him. So Fox said, we won't give you 5 for this fight to go on regular TV, and apparently they didn't have it. The fighters wanted more. So that's when they go to pay per view when the fight exceeds the network's budget for the fight. So a little free game. So at the end of the day, he said, I'm not supposed to be saying this. And maybe because, like I said before, he said he always talk about pump faking going to Eddie Hearn. He can't go to Eddie Hearn. I'll tell y'all that right now. He can't go to Eddie Hearn. I would tell you that right now. He cannot go to Eddie Hearn. It's just like what's my man was talking all that like what's my man was talking all that junk. Gary Russell. He's talking all that junk about how he gonna leave PBC. Man, please. 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 He can't leave if he wants to. I've been telling y'all that. I told y'all he couldn't leave. That's to me, if he really he was sitting with Eddie Hearn, and he might be able to leave now. Real talk, he might be able to leave now. People be like, why would he be able to leave now? He'd be able to leave now because he lost his O. You know what I'm saying? And as much as Broner talk, he can't leave neither, bro. He can't leave neither. They can talk all this junk they want to talk, but he can't leave neither. Al got that much power. I know somebody close to one of these situations, and it was like, man, why you just don't leave and go with Whoopty Woo, whoever it was. I don't know who it was. And they said Al got a lot of power. Al threatened these dudes, if you leave without my blessing, that it's gonna be bad. He said I'll make it real bad for you. And who knows what type of stuff he got on them. But he's a very powerful man. He can stop these dudes from making a living with another promoter. So I mean, you guess what what he got on these guys. Is he covering up roids? I'm just assuming here. I'm not saying it's true. Allegedly, whatever I use to protect myself. Is he covering up? What is he? What all is he covering up? Or what all does he got on his fighters? Or he could just make something up and make it bad for them fight. He said, Al threatened me and said, I can make this real bad for you. So you can't leave. So he got them on some leash. And apparently once the alleged contract leaked out, because of the Oscar De La Hoya lawsuit, it was said that they can't do anything inside the square circle or pertaining to the square circle without Al Haymon's signature. So it sounded, it was said that he gives up the going rate of 33% to he gives you 15%. It could be his going rate is anywhere from 10 to 22 point some percent. And the going rate started, he gives up money to have power over you. So think about that for a minute. He gives up the money to have more control. And then some of these dudes still got managers. Still. Some of these dudes still got managers, bro. That's taking 30%. I know some of these dudes who pops are taking, they taking, 60%. No, I'm not talking about Kenny and Sean. I know other people taking 60% of their kid purse. It's dirty, man. When your father can do you dirty, your relatives can do you dirty. It's a dirty game. Everything that AB was saying about Sean, that's why Kenny got mad was pretty much true. And for the most part, I don't know if true. It ain't like some of these relatives putting the money up for the kids. They spending it. They living their lifestyle through them. It's true. So, I mean, it's true. So, him saying it, this was pretty much what we already knew. That's why they throwing everything on pay-per-view. That ain't nothing new. He said, I'll get a count. And then he went on and kind of cut off this version. He went on and said, when his brother's going through it right now, where, they trying to give him 750K, but they owe him the 750 plus the million. So that's why these dudes, Al Heyman has spoiled these dudes. And now it's hard for them to take less money, and keep fighting. It's kind of like, I remember I worked with a lady at the plant, and the plant kind of, at the time it was years ago. From this point, it was really years ago. She said that a lot of them stayed in temporary positions because they had worked their way up to 22, 23, $25 an hour. Had they turned over to full-time employees under the UAW, by the way, had they turned them to full-time employees, they had to reset their pay scale. So their seniority started over, they would have went down to $15 or $16 an hour. And a lot of people didn't do it, and so they had to wait till the last minute to, they waited as long as they could to turn into full-time employees. They didn't want to reset their pay scale. Then, the bad thing about that, you got to build your seniority again. So like I said before, it's kind of the same thing. It's kind of like, you got to resetting the pay scale. That's exactly what he's doing. He's resetting the pay scale. And a lot of these guys don't want to fight because he's not paying the money, so he can't even get these dudes to fight. So now he got to throw everything on pay-per-view. Jamel, the 54-pound division, ain't no money in it. As much as how great the division is, it has no money in it. So now these dudes got to beg these guys to take a pay scale recut. They reset the pay scale and just believe in them, because now they dried up all the money fighting bums. Instead of forcing these guys to make the fights that they should have made, now they got to find ways to get to incentivize whatever it is, to give incentives for guys to fight now. Now they got to get them incentives. The incentive is going on pay-per-view, selling your own pay-per-view, getting the pay-per-view in back-end money to make up the money that you didn't get. And now these guys on pay-per-view, seeing that they're not as good as they were, looking around the arena pretty empty last night at the Thurman fight, and they found out that they're not what they were. So, like I said before, why do you think Earl and Ugas fighting in Las Vegas? Because they, who else going they stand going to look just like it looked in Vegas. So they got to try to maximize these guys' earning potentials now because they ran out of money. I don't think it's no coincidence now. I don't think they planned on running out of this money right now. when Crawford was a free agent. I think they plan on having the money, paying Crawford, making the fight we wanted to see, and now they don't have the money. It dried up. And now they could be down a platform. This is the last year on PBC on Fox. And now PBC they're not moving up their budget, or Fox not moving up their budget. So I mean, they probably just gonna give it to WWE full time or do something with MMA or AEW, maybe even AEW, but the other one, the one Christian Shields PFL League or something like that. So right now they might be down the platform. So I've been hearing that it's gonna crash, and been hearing it for 10 years now, almost 10 years, but look like it might be might be hitting hot water right now, and that this thing might be over with. But they still don't. Now they either got a couple of choices now. They can find a new platform, they find a more investors, which is gonna be hard, or they can start working with everybody. And I think they rather just go down. They rather just go down before they work with Eddie and Bob. So I mean, it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Check the box notes playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, the subscribe button, it's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase chance of notifications. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Best way to donate. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe button, all that stuff. So you don't repeat myself. Find me on Spotify, Goodfella TV podcast. Anchor, Goodfella TV podcast. Appreciate the love, support.